Hey guys, welcome to our next class. This one is on online communication. We know that now most romantic connections happen online. That's how they start, okay? Whether you like that or not, that's the reality. Worldwide. So it's important to learn what lingo to use online when you're meeting people maybe on apps or you're talking to them to get to know them better, right? So let's look at our sentences. Our first one, I'm really glad we matched. I saw a picture of you hiking. Was that in Hawaii? Are you really big into the outdoors? All right, so first we have the verb rather, to match, okay? To match has many different meanings. You can have your clothes are matching. Wow, that top matches your jeans. That means they go well together.
You think my shirt matches this tie?
A match is also maybe something that you light things with, right? A match with fire. But to match in this case is when you both have liked each other. A lot of times that's how these apps work, right? You both like each other and then you match, okay? Was that is very common when you're referencing a picture. Was that in Brazil? Was that in New York City? Was that during the presidential inauguration? So you can use that to ask about any situation from a picture. And a lot of times, instead of saying picture, we can just say pics. P-I-C-S, pics. I like your pics. Now, to be into, that is when you really like something. And you can use big to make it even more like was shown in the sample sentence here. I'm really into surfing. I'm really big into the outdoors. I'm really into cooking. I'm really into family. I'm really into travel, okay? That is expressing your interest. So that's a really good and very common phrase to use.
I'm really into hip hop.
Okay, our next sentence is, I'm really glad I slid into your DMs. You are so perfect. Wow, this person's really interested into you. Okay, so first and foremost, did you see how I spelt your? Now, the reason why I bring this up is because in online communication with native English speakers, a lot of times they make this error. So instead of writing your like this, they'll write your like this. So Y-O-U apostrophe R-E becomes Y-O-U-R or vice versa, but that isn't right because your Y-O-U apostrophe R-E is you-are, right? It's a contraction of you-are, whereas your Y-O-U-R is the possessive. But lots of native speakers make that mistake, but please don't make that mistake and don't let them lead you astray. Just be aware that sometimes native speakers make lots of mistakes as well in English, like I'm sure they do in your language as well. All right, here we have the phrase, I slid into your DMs. So slid is the past tense of slide. It's like whoosh, right? You slide like that. Okay, you can slide across the ice. We use this when somebody sends you a message. It's a slang way to say somebody sent you a message. Not on usually an app that you match on, but maybe an app that receives messages, right? Like Instagram, that can slide into your DMs. Your DMs are direct messages. You can also say to somebody, hey, DM me later. That means send me a message, direct message me later, because D is direct, M is message. Okay, so DM me later, we also use that as a verb. All right, our third sentence here, was up. W-Y-D-R-N. Are you busy? So here, let me just explain this one really quick. A lot of times people will talk with acronyms or they'll talk with, these abbreviations or whatever, right? This, I'm sure, is also common in your native language as well. And yes, this happens in English. So what's up is how are you? And it's written like this sometimes. There's lots of ways that people write what's up, lots of different variations, but that means like how are you? W-I-D, what you doing? Okay, what are you doing? R-N, right now. Are you busy? R, the letter R being short for R-A-R-E, the letter U being short for Y-O-U, you, and busy. So here are some common abbreviations and acronyms in English. This is kind of a side note, but realize that the difference between abbreviations and acronyms are acronyms, you pronounce the acronym phonetically like a full word. I'll show you some examples, okay? But let's start off with the first one here. ETA, estimated time of arrival. We have LMK, let me know. NGL, not gonna lie. TBH, to be honest. TBD, to be determined. LOL, laugh out loud. This basically means haha. Then you have LMAO, which is a more intense haha or more intense LOL. This is laugh my ass off, okay? Then you have BTW, by the way, IDK, I don't know, IMO, in my opinion, AKA, also known as ASAP, as soon as possible. Here is the example of an acronym, right? Because you're saying it ASAP. Look at that, ASAP.
Yeah, she needs to be let in ASAP.
TTYL, talk to you later. WTF is what the F word, what the IDC, I don't care. SMH, shaking my head. NSFW, not safe for work. Why is this one important? Because sometimes people will send pictures that are NSFW in these romantic situations. That means they're sending you a picture that is not safe for work that you should open when you're alone, if you get what I'm saying. All right, our fourth sentence. I ran across your profile and thought I would say hi. I don't come on here much, so if you want, shoot me a text. Here's my number, 1234 1234. So here we have to run across. I mean, literally to run across could be running across the field, right? When you're running. But here we use it in a non-literal sense of to come across something. You run across something, you come across something. I came across your profile. It means you were looking, you were browsing, and it came up, right? I ran across it, I came across it. Not accidentally, but just kind of, it happened. Now, another good phrase to know with technology when you're online is to come on or to get on. We use this for apps, right? You can say, I don't get on Instagram often. I don't get on this app often. I don't come on this app often. It means you don't frequently use it. And instead of telling somebody to send you a text or send you a message, what we say a lot of times is, shoot me a text. Shoot me a text later.
Just shoot me a text or page me.
The fifth sentence, I really dig your smile. Hit me up when you get a chance. All right, to dig. To dig is, you can dig, right? But to dig something is to like something. I really dig you. It means I really like you. I really dig your smile. I really dig your style. I really dig your vibes. Like that means you really are into that person. You're into something particular.
I really dig how she walks around.
Now, to hit someone up is to also send them a message. So hit me up later, and you can use this even with friends, right? Hit me up later, that means, hey, send me a message later. If somebody sends you a message in the middle of the night, for example, that you could say, they hit me up last night, or they hit me up after the bar. That means they sent you a message after they left the bar. That's also very common. Our sixth sentence, what are you looking for? Personally, I'm not looking for just a hookup. I'm looking to go on some dates and potentially something more serious. So here we have hook up. To hook up, you guys, is really flexible and subjective. It depends on the context, but to hook up could be just to kiss. We hooked up at the party last night. We just kissed. It could mean more than that as well, okay, potentially.
We hooked up, but it didn't mean anything.
But also you can a lot of times say, me and Jenny are hooking up, right? And that means in a general sense, you are seeing each other. Okay, you're hooking up. You can also say we're seeing each other. That means that, yeah, you're getting to know each other, right? You can say we're getting to know each other, we're seeing each other. That's like the initial stages before you're officially dating, I guess. It depends. Like I said, there's a lot of flexibility in these terms, so realize that. Now, hookup. A hookup buddy is somebody that you just hook up with. That's something casual, right? So Sarah's just a hookup buddy. Okay, that means that all you do is just hook up. It's something casual. Another thing you may hear is friends with benefits. That's when you're friends, there's benefits there, but that isn't a serious relationship, okay? It's not serious. And what are some other potential responses to what are you looking for, right? You can say, I'm just going with the flow. I'm just seeing what happens. No expectations, okay? No, I have no expectations. I'm just having fun. I just recently broke up with my girlfriend, and so I'm just looking for something casual. Potentially that could be a response, right? Or you could say, I'm looking to settle down. That means you're looking for something serious, right? I want to settle down. I'd like to find somebody to be serious with. All right, and here's our seventh and final sentence here. It's been great chatting. I'm not sure what time it is there, but it's pretty late here. I think I am 3 hours ahead of you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Beijos or besos. All right, and you guys saw that I used pretty here as an adverb. Now, pretty typically is an adjective, right? She's pretty, she's good looking. But it can be an adverb that means relatively, like not a lot, but not a little. It's pretty cold outside. That means like it's decently cold outside, okay? It's pretty hot right now. Like that means it's decently hot. Are you busy? I'm pretty busy. That means I'm not super busy, but almost, you know, I'm relatively busy. And then we have time zones. What are those? Those are the different time zones across the globe. I know that maybe lots of you are talking with people in different time zones, especially internationally across the globe on different continents and different countries. Those are called time zones. And then last but not least, this is specific for my Portuguese and Spanish speakers, okay? I know it might be common in your country to end messages with beijos or besos. We don't really do that in the United States, especially in non-romantic situations. So remove yourself from this romantic situation and think about an email, or if you're sending a message to somebody that isn't romantic, we don't end it with kisses or hugs. We just don't really say that. What you could say is XOXO. I know in England they'll say like XX sometimes for kisses. It depends on the country, but it's not as common. Now, this is potentially a romantic situation, so I think it would be cool for you to include that because that shows who you are as a person and what culture you come from. So I think that's cool to include that actually in these romantic interactions. So put beijos or put besos or kisses if you want. Just know kisses doesn't sound very natural, but it could be kind of cute because it's coming from you in your culture. So you know what I'm talking about. And for you Portuguese speakers, don't write BJs at the end, okay? Because that means something different. You can put it in Google if you want to know what that means. To shorten for beijos, I would just say beijos, the whole thing out, okay? Because BJs is something else, unless that's what you're wanting to say, but I leave that to you. All right, you guys, so here's some essential vocabulary and expressions that I wasn't able to get to in the sentences. So the first is to get left on read. This is when somebody read your message and they didn't respond, okay? So she left me on read. That means she saw my message and didn't respond. To get ghosted or to ghost someone. This is when you just disappear or the person just disappears with no reason. They don't communicate it. They just leave like a ghost, okay? This is very frustrating, but unfortunately very common. And don't blame yourself for this. The other person probably has their own issues, right? So that's pretty much the rule when somebody ghosts you. To lead somebody on. This is when you continuously talk to somebody, you lead them on, you know, but you're not really interested, but you're kind of leading them on. That's what we say in English.
You've been leading me on, teacher.
Now, when somebody is sending messages and you want to meet up, hey, we should set up a date to meet, and they're kind of, oh yeah, we'll see. And I know maybe there's a specific word for that in your language. In English, we would just say, you could say, stop leading me on. That's a little more serious, right? Accusing them of that. But you could also say, you take really long to get back to me. That means it's really long between the messages. Or you can say, stop making excuses. That's kind of forward, right? Like, stop making excuses. You could also say, you're just messing with me. You're just toying with me. That means that they're not really serious. They're just kind of messaging back and forth, okay? And then you could ask, do you actually want to go on a date? Do you actually want to meet up? Or do you just want to message? And you can be direct like that because maybe they are just giving you the go around. To give somebody the go around, just kind of playing games with you, right? Another useful expression is to have lots in common or to have similar interests. Wow, we have lots in common. I really like that. All right, also to de-add or to block someone. This is important, right, for things that are online. When you de-add them, it doesn't mean you block them. You just remove them as a friend. They removed me as a friend. They de-added me. You can also say to block someone. That's when you block somebody, right? And then to have lots of friends in common. Maybe you're on an app and then you, I don't know, add each other on Instagram and you can see what friends you have in common. We have lots of friends in common. And if you want them to add you on social media, you could say, add me on Instagram, Insta, okay? is short for Instagram. Add me on IG. Some people say IG for Instagram. Add me on TikTok. Or wherever you guys add. And another really good word to use for people online is psycho, right? Because there's a lot of psycho people. We all have experience with psycho people. So that's really useful to know. And if you notice, the P is silent, right? So it's psycho. Wow, this person's psycho. Like, keep me away. All right, you guys, that's all I have for this class. I hope you learned a lot. Go back, look back at those phrases, and I hope this helps you in your online dating adventures. And just write these phrases down and keep practicing them and have them handy so you can use them, okay? I'll see you guys in the next class.